Welcome to Hot Zone Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The news hit like a thunderclap. Donald Trump, once hailed as a friend of India, suddenly threatened to impose heavy tariffs on Indian goods. The announcement sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and rattled markets across both nations. In a move that stunned many, Trump demanded that India cut its long-standing economic ties with Russia, putting New Delhi in a difficult position. The ultimatum was clear: choose between the U.S. and Russia, or face the consequences. Not long ago, the world watched as Trump and Prime Minister Modi shared the stage at the Howdy Modi rally, exchanging warm embraces and promising a new era of cooperation. But those days of camaraderie seemed like a distant memory, now replaced by tense diplomatic meetings and public confrontations. Trump's rhetoric grew sharper by the day. He called India's economy dead, dismissing its growth and signaling a dramatic shift in tone from partnership to rivalry. His words reverberated through international media, leaving little doubt that the relationship had soured. Around the globe, news anchors reported the story with disbelief. World leaders watched as a carefully cultivated friendship between two of the world's largest democracies unraveled almost overnight, threatening to destabilize regional alliances. Behind closed doors, diplomats scrambled for answers. Why was India being singled out now? What had triggered such a sudden and public fallout? Urgent meetings filled embassy corridors as officials tried to make sense of the new reality. Trump's threats weren't just political posturing, they targeted key Indian industries, from textiles to technology, putting thousands of jobs and billions in exports at risk. The specter of a major trade conflict loomed large, with Indian workers and business leaders growing increasingly anxious. For India, the challenge was immediate and daunting: how to protect its economic interests and maintain its global partnerships without escalating the situation into a full-blown trade war. Policymakers huddled in strategy sessions, weighing every possible response. The glow of past rallies and shared promises faded quickly, replaced by the cold reality of looming sanctions and diplomatic standoffs. The optimism that once defined U.S.-India relations was now overshadowed by uncertainty. The sudden hostility left both nations, and the world, on edge. The stakes were high and the outcome uncertain, as two powerful allies found themselves at odds. India now faced a powerful, unpredictable adversary in Trump, whose next move was anyone's guess. The sense of unpredictability only heightened the tension. As the world watched, holding its breath, the unexpected feud between the U.S. and India began to unfold, its impact destined to ripple far beyond their borders, shaping the future of global diplomacy. Not long ago, the world watched as Donald Trump and Narendra Modi forged a relationship that was as much about spectacle as it was about substance. Their camaraderie was on full display, capturing headlines and captivating audiences across continents. The two leaders, both known for their larger-than-life personalities, seemed to find in each other a kindred spirit. Someone who understood the power of public image and the importance of forging strong international alliances. The Howdy Modi rally in Houston and the Namaste Trump event in Ahmedabad weren't just political gatherings, they were massive celebrations, drawing tens of thousands of supporters. These events symbolized a new era of partnership, with both leaders basking in the adulation of cheering crowds. The world saw two democracies coming together, united by shared interests and mutual admiration. Trump went out of his way to praise India, calling it a tremendous country, and highlighting the shared democratic values that bind the two nations. He often spoke of his personal rapport with Modi, describing their relationship as warm and genuine, a rare thing in the world of international politics. Behind the scenes, this friendship translated into real policy shifts. The United States elevated India's defense status, opening the door to increased military sales, joint exercises, and deeper strategic cooperation. Both countries saw the benefits of working together to ensure regional stability. On key issues like terrorism and the growing influence of China, Trump and Modi found common ground. Their governments coordinated closely, sharing intelligence and aligning their strategies to counter shared threats. This alignment was seen as a major diplomatic win for both sides. For India, Trump's friendship was more than symbolic. It was a strategic advantage. It gave India a stronger voice on the world stage, opening doors to new opportunities and partnerships that had previously seemed out of reach. The alliance between Trump and Modi appeared natural, powerful, and destined to last. Their public displays of unity sent a clear message: the U.S.-India partnership was stronger than ever, but as quickly as it blossomed, that foundation of goodwill began to crumble. Political winds shifted, and the once warm relationship cooled. leaving many to wonder what had gone wrong. The same leader who once celebrated an unshakable bond with India now spoke of tariffs, trade disputes, and economic punishment. The tone had changed dramatically, and the friendship that once seemed unbreakable was suddenly under strain. The contrast between the past and present is stark. The reversal in tone and policy is not just surprising, it's puzzling, leaving analysts and observers searching for answers. Understanding this dramatic shift is crucial for anyone trying to predict the future of U.S.-India relations. What caused the rift? Can the partnership be rebuilt, or is this the beginning of a long-term estrangement? The friendship, once celebrated as solid and enduring, now appears fragile, built on shifting sands, vulnerable to the changing tides of global politics. Trump's rhetoric has flipped from partnership to open hostility. He now calls India's economy dead, undermining its global standing to justify aggressive actions. Tariffs are his weapon of choice, threatening Indian exports and escalating trade tensions. Trump claims India's tariffs are unfair, framing the U.S. as a victim. The new demand: India must cut economic ties with Russia, especially over oil. This ultimatum puts India in a bind, between its strategic autonomy and U.S. pressure. Trump's pivot is part of a broader political strategy as he eyes a return to power. India, once a symbol of partnership, is now a convenient target in his America First narrative. The friend has become a foe, not because India changed, but because Trump's political needs did. Trump's sudden targeting of India is classic political deflection. Facing legal troubles and controversies at home, he shifts the spotlight to a foreign adversary. Picking a fight with India energizes his base and projects strength. The message is simple: America is being cheated. This tactic isn't new. Trump has used foreign disputes to dominate headlines before. India is a strategic but relatively safe target, unlikely to provoke the backlash a fight with China might. By attacking India, Trump looks tough without risking major geopolitical fallout. India becomes a prop in his domestic political theater. The real battle is for attention and control of the narrative. In this drama, India is caught in the crossfire of American politics. Trump's aggression is also a negotiation tactic, his art of the deal on the world stage. By threatening tariffs and criticizing India's economy, he aims to force concessions before talks even begin. The U.S. trade deficit with India is his evidence of unfairness. Trump's message, lower your tariffs or face economic pain, he's used this playbook with Canada, Mexico, and the EU. Tariffs as leverage. America's consumer market is his bargaining chip. With new trade talks looming, Trump wants India on the defensive. It's high risk, high reward, a win for American workers if it works, a trade war if it fails. For Trump, the threat itself is often the point. Trump's brand is built on being the strongman, tough, confrontational, and unafraid. Targeting India reinforces this image for his supporters. In Trump's world, diplomacy is weakness, bold action is strength. Picking a fight with India lets him project global leadership and command respect. This is political theater, not just policy. He frames himself as the only leader willing to put America first, even against friends. The facts matter less than the image of confrontation. For his base, this performance of strength is crucial. India becomes the latest antagonist in Trump's ongoing political drama. Trump's unpredictability is a deliberate strategy. By keeping allies and adversaries off balance, he maintains control of the narrative. His sudden pivot on India fits this pattern. Friendship one day, confrontation the next. This unpredictability forces others to react, never knowing what comes next. Trump's foreign policy is defined by disruption, meeting with North Korea, shifting on Ukraine, praising then criticizing world leaders. The lack of clear logic is part of the plan. Confusion is a tool. India's new role as a target could be about leverage, distraction, or simply impulse. For Trump, dominating the news cycle is often the goal. The world is left guessing, unable to form long-term strategies. With Trump, the only certainty is uncertainty. India's experience is a reminder: expect the unexpected. India's response to Trump's rhetoric has been calm and strategic. Instead of escalating, New Delhi issues measured statements, avoiding personal attacks. India counters Trump's claims with facts, especially on Russian oil and trade. By highlighting European imports from Russia, India exposes the selective nature of Trump's criticism. The stakes are high. India must protect its interests without alienating the U.S. Maintaining composure keeps diplomatic channels open and avoids a damaging trade war. India's approach appeals to global audiences, framing itself as rational and responsible. In an era of populism, India's patience is a lesson in statecraft. By standing firm without losing its cool, India asserts itself as a mature global power. The Trump-India feud is more than a simple disagreement between two nations. It's a conflict with far-reaching global consequences that extend well beyond their borders. What might seem like a bilateral spat is, in reality, a catalyst for a series of events that could reshape the international landscape. If a trade war erupts between these two economic giants, the impact would be felt across continents. Disrupted supply chains could slow the movement of goods, raise prices for everyday products, and create shortages in markets worldwide. Businesses, from small retailers to multinational corporations, would face uncertainty and increased costs, potentially leading to job losses and economic instability. The conflict injects even more volatility into an already fragile global economy, where markets are sensitive to every headline. Investors may pull back, stock prices could tumble, and ordinary people might feel the pinch through higher prices and fewer job opportunities. Geopolitically, the feud threatens to undermine U.S. efforts to build a network of alliances in the Indo-Pacific, a region critical for counterbalancing China's growing influence. The stability of this region is vital for global security and trade. Alienating India risks pushing it closer to Russia, a longtime partner, and could weaken the unity of democratic coalitions that the U.S. has worked hard to build. This shift could have lasting effects on the balance of power in international forums like the G20. Around the world, diplomats and leaders are watching nervously, questioning whether America can still be relied upon as a stable and trustworthy partner. The uncertainty is causing many nations to reconsider their own alliances and strategies. Meanwhile, Russia and China stand to benefit from the growing rift. Both nations are eager to expand their influence and could use this opportunity to draw India closer, further challenging the Western-led order. In many ways, the feud is a proxy for larger global rivalries and the ongoing realignment of international alliances. As old partnerships are tested, new ones may emerge, redrawing the map of global power. The outcome of this conflict will not only determine the future of U.S.-India relations but could also shape the very structure of the international order for years to come. In a world increasingly defined by strongman politics and shifting alliances, the Trump-India feud is more than just a diplomatic dispute. It's a crucial test of what the next era of global politics will look like and who will lead it.